Howdy. So, today I want to talk about goal structures. Again, maybe? I'm not sure. So, I'm big into planning, general planning, not overly specific planning, but I like knowing what I'm going to get up and or what I'm going to do when I get up and how it helps me pursue my long view goals. Right? Because if you just are doing stuff every day without any sort of long-term planning, you're not going to get anywhere because you're not doing it with direction. You're just kind of, I mean, you're doing it with intention but not direction. You need to be intentionally directional when you make plans and do stuff. So as part of your routine, it's a good idea to have a goal structure in place because it helps give you focus and direction, and you can revisit it, right? So it's not something that needs to necessarily be set in stone. Using magic as a kind of general guideline, I set out on this journey, this free to play journey, back in August of 2020, and I made myself some very loose goals. Right, I wanted to establish a working model for free to play. So just figure out how to play this game as free to play. I wanted to participate in an official tournament, and I wanted to publish a YouTube series. So I wanted to do this, and I just said, all right, three very vague goals. I want to do all of that by August 2021. Right? So I had no idea how to begin pursuing any of them. I just said, okay, these are vague general goals. I'll give myself a year to do them. And as I've gone forward, I've revised my models for doing things, right? So it's not that document has grown substantially in size. It's no longer 3 lines, it's now a couple pages because as I've gone on and actually done the things, I've figured out how to revise my general strategies to be more specific. So as when I started out, I was intentionally vague about my goals, and when I allocated time to do them, I gave myself, just a chunk of time, but I made it part of the routine. And I think it's important to have that duality. So with routine comes improvement in your goal structure and iteration. And as you continue to do things every day, you can figure out how to do them more effectively. You can get more optimized with your actions and either get better value out of your time or shorten the amount of time you have to invest, which are both really good things. So that's that's where I'm at with my goal structure, and I think it's really important to have a goal structure in place. So if you haven't, I suggest you make one. Figure out what you're trying to do with Magic or free to play or whatever, or just in life. If you've got a goal you're trying to achieve, write it down because it's so important to just write things down. It's such a key difference in um, someone being somewhat successful and someone being very successful, I would say, because you can be somewhat successful if you don't write things down and you just like, okay, this is what I'm doing, and you try and hold it all in your head. But if you want to be very successful, you need definable goals. So you need to actually go through the effort of defining them, which when you're writing something down, instead of being like a general thing, you can get more specific with it. It forces you actually to get more specific with it. And it also serves the purpose of you can revisit it and iterate on it. So you go back and you look at it and you're like, that was stupid. Cross it out. Write why it was stupid. Write how you're gonna do it better. And yeah, I think you pair all those things together. You just write down your goals and you revisit them, and you get routine. You're gonna see some success not only in Magic but also in your life. That's pretty much all I had to say. So I'm gonna get to pursuing my goals in Magic for the day. Hope you guys are having an awesome time queuing in the arena, and we'll see you after the break. Okie dokie. So, I have been watching the Zendikar tournament all weekend. Probably like anyone who's watching this video has been doing. I made some revisions to my Rogues deck. when I checked out last video, but I promptly crossed all of those off and then just revised it again. Because I'm straight up net decking. This card I don't understand. I don't understand 3 copies of Low Mage's Domination. I don't understand Didn't Say Please. I don't understand Heartless Act over Eliminate. And I don't understand running 3 copies of Wind Robber and 2 copies of Thirst with Cling to Dust in the sideboard. So I'm also not rocking 4 copies of Temple of Deceit. And I haven't got a full sideboard of Skaglaive Shade, so I'm not running best of 3. Point blank. I'm not sure if this is an optimized best of 1 list, but I want to play it so I can understand these choices. If I play it, I can understand these choices better and maybe make my own changes and feel better about the list. But without playing it, I don't know why those cards are those cards. I don't know why some choices were made, so I'm just going to try and play the list and see what happens. It was more or less where I'm at with it. And I'll continue to make my own changes from there. Also, if we get to 21,000 gold, we're probably going to buy 20 packs and open them because I really would like to finish out this list and start running best of 3 because I'm going to need to get into best of 3. Revising my goal structure, I figured out, hey, I need to start queuing these best of 3 events instead of the best of 1 events so I can figure out how to play best of 3 because I've never played a game of best of 3 in my entire life. Not formally anyway. So we're going to go ahead and get into regular standard event to knock out our quest for the day. And then we're going to buy some packs and maybe tomorrow we'll try queuing best of 3. Yeah, I know. Do what we can learn today. Because I'm keen on doing the learning. Also, we need some music. This is going to be super lame. KJ Posta. Probably a good enough hand. 3 lands. Got a crab. We can draw. Opponent goes first. We're going second, so we're on the draw. 4 lands, actually. Bloodchief's Thirst. Yeah, this seems good. Fighting a Yorion deck, and he's going to have trouble dealing with a turn 1 crab. So I think I just turn 1 crab. Start bubbling his face. Well, would he? He could, I guess he could be running a Bloodchief's Thirst too. Domination, not that great of a card in this match. I've got no cards to cast onto. But yeah, maybe we just scry for 1 here. Got a Thought Thief. That'll be a card onto. But we won't be able to cast it with the Rune Crab. Still, I think Thought Thief is good enough here. Orator. Not what you would expect to see here. I have to get rid of that priest. Which we can do this turn. And if we float... If we make a black, we can float a blue and a black here. And that allows us to, yeah. This is like a weird life gain deck. Life gain Yorion. Okay, well, I'm just gonna Thought Thief then. Draw 2. I'm good to draw 2 here, I think. Another Ruins Crab. That's pretty good. Will allow us to play out an Awakening. Are we going to want a double Enforcer here? I don't think we're in any rush to get down the Enforcers. He's got stuff to block on the field, so... Yeah, very strange list. Omen of the Sun, Linden, Heliod, Bastion of Remembrance. Interesting. Alright. Play an Enforcer. Next turn, into the story. Not what I wanted to see. That's going to be problematic. Well, I guess if he swings with the Dax, though, so we can flash in an Enforcer. Well, we're going to flash in an Enforcer either way. That's smart on his... Smart on him. There's another Domination. Cool, cool, cool. But I think we're just going to be playing an Into the Story here. Taking a Journey. Trying to get these Dominations turned on. And we do. Sweet. Just mill him for 2 more. Got all 3 Dominations in hand, but they'll be active next turn. So we can just start taking his stuff. Continuing to outdraw him. Getting him on the card advantage. Sweet. Aura. Interesting. I think I'm going to be taking that Heliod. Take 7. Playing out the swamp. Taking the Heliod. And we can float mana for the Enforcer. Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to play it out just yet. If he plays out a Linden, we might be in a spot where we're looking to turn on his Heliod. Sith. Exile, target permanent. So it looks like he's going to be getting rid of one of our Ruins Crabs. No, he's exiling his own Heliod. That's kind of a tilt play. I wasn't going to be doing anything with it. And you can't get it back out of exile. Trades off his own aura. Guess we should probably get some value here. Looks to pull back, but ooh, that's a weird buggy thing. He can only pull back something for what? 3? Cleric? Guess he can pull like something in the heavens? I don't know. Raider. Oh, veto. Okay. Well, I think I want the veto. We are getting pretty close to being able to just mill him out. Interesting turn. If I play the Fabled Passage, search for blue. I can play the Thought Thief and a Domination here. Veto's what, 3? Take the veto so he can't use it, and then play out a Thought Thief so I can swing in for 3. Mill for a shit ton. And that's fine, because we were expecting that. So no counter spells. He's looking to return a creature or a planeswalker. I'm just looking to mill him for 13. Which I might be able to do. Another Fabled Passage. I pull an Enforcer. I'd take the Hallowed Priest. Then I can play out the veto. But I can get him on the mill, I'm pretty sure. Okay, alright. Looking for another swamp. First things first here. Oh, and then I just swing with Thought Thief, and that's the end of the game. Why'd that tap that way? Interesting. I don't know why that tapped that way. Yeah. Kind of a weird deck. I've thought about doing something like that. Not exactly that deck, but something resembling it. My thoughts are going more the artifact route with it, though. Like the, again, Rengato. We have challenged Rengato to a game of Magic. Our opponent is apparently having trouble connecting. Or we're having trouble connecting? Question mark. Don't know if I'm going first or what. It's opposite green. Game breaking. There we go. Going second. Temple of Deceit, Drown the Lock, Fabled Passage, Awakening, Enforcer, Thirst. Yeah, this seems like a very interactive hand. I'll keep it. Has the ability to scry. No crab. 2 crabs, man, that was really good. But it appears we're on the Enforcer line this game. It's kind of cool. I don't need that up all the time. Boot Nipper. Is this an evolved deck? Could be an evolved deck. Was Loot Rider? Interesting. I don't know what I'm looking at here. Just remove that with a Thirst. So turn 2 play, sure. And then we can try him out. Then that leaves us no interaction for whatever he does. But if he doesn't do anything, then we don't do anything. But what are the chances that he does nothing on 3? It's pretty low, right? So we want to be able to interact with whatever he's doing here. I'm comfortable with that. Seems like a creature-focused deck, so Essence Scatter shouldn't be a dead card here. Shadow Spear. Interesting. Is that what he's doing? Playing out a Shadow Spear and equipping it? Maybe I should have drowned in that? Maybe I'm about to learn a valuable lesson about Shadow Spear. Certainly would help to have something next turn. So, another Drown in the Loch. I'm a-okay with that. That is the best card in my deck. Oh, can't cast it. Really like to know what this deck is. Shadow Spear, Boot Nipper, Resolute Rider. What are you doing, Rengato? Is that a Resolute Rider? Well, we can get rid of that. And we should get rid of that. We've got one blue, one black, one blue, black. Pretty much everything is on the table at this point, I think. Doesn't really matter how this goes down. I assume I should play it down as blue. And I should probably kill that. Oh, I can't kill that. That's a problem. Yeah, because he's at 3 and that's a 4. Oh, no. Well. I've got no way to see more rogues. Okay. Maybe I should have scryed something else there. Still a dead card. He equips Shadow Spear to that, and I'm just super dead. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm super happy to counter that. Okay, and that lets me drown the lock after he equips the Shadow Spear. He can't equip the Shadow Spear, he doesn't have enough mana. Cool. That's exactly what we're looking to see here. Yeah, I can't take 4 from that, can I? Nah, his defenses are down on it. So we'll go ahead and tap out for it. Put card number 5 in his graveyard. Consider cycling the Triumph next turn. %, cycle the Triumph. And pull a Thought Thief. Nice. Five, 6, 7. So we're not quite there yet. Oh no. Yeah, this turns it on. Alright, it becomes a game at this point. Goes to 4. Boom. Alright. There we go. Now we're getting there. Even with removal, we can just start looking at Lurrus. This is fine. We're where we need to be. Take him to a pie. Interesting. Interesting play. There's another one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I can't float the land for drown in the lock if I Lurrus here, but I think it's correct just to turn Lurrus on and then play down the passage and activate that at the end of his turn. Get in for another 3 here. Have the option to counter whatever he does, or just play the Thought Thief. This is exactly the position you like to be in if you're the rogue player. Just don't let them have a good choice. Either thing he does is bad here, or anything he does is bad here. He's going to need an exile effect for the Lurrus, which I just don't think his deck has. Like, Base Fetters. Oh, it could be. See, a Baneslayer Angel. That's pretty good, too. Flying, first strike, lifelink, protection from everything. Well, I certainly don't want him playing that card. Taps out for it, too. Just need a little bit of draw, which Lurrus should provide. Alright, he's out. He scoops him up on that note. Truth be told, I was expecting more of a game there. Being as that we're in the queue where we should be getting real games. People want to protect their investment, right? Right? Not seeing it. But hey, maybe we'll have some real games in here somewhere. I'm sure we'll have some real games in here somewhere. Blub. Oh no. Merfolk Rogue, Thieves Guild Enforcer of one mind into the story. Well, we can potentially align this up. Although opponent is also playing Lurrus. I mean, it's a keep, but Awakening. That's a land. It's an untapped black. This early in the game, I think we keep it. Shouldn't be any turn 1 plays that can mill that. Obviously we go blue here. Play out the Windrobber before he gets a chance to interact with it. Now we expect some sort of removal on the Enforcer here. So we're not going to get to one mind. But we can pay 3, get out a Thought Thief, and then land it. Ooh. 2 into the stories, and it didn't say please. Hate to see that. Also, we would love to see an untapped land. Keeping opponent off balance here. Well, now we can counterspell our into this. Now we can no longer counterspell our into the story. If we can pull an untapped land here, we're in business. That'll do it. Mostly land, so we're in kind of a rough spot, but being this many cards ahead is exactly what you want in Rogue v Rogue. Now, if these cards were removal, we would be in a much better spot. We can remove one of the Thought Thieves, potentially, unless he Drown the Locks or Drown the Lock, which is a potential. We have all 4 Into the Stories and a bunch of lands in our hand. Or we have drawn all 4 Into the Stories and a bunch of lands. This is exactly the opposite of the game we saw the other day. Threatens Drown the Lock. Potentially, I suppose. We're going to need a way to deal with those, so I think it's probably correct to play out this first Wind Robber. We have card advantage if we can bait out some counter spells. Seems like opponent does not have any way to deal with that, so we're going to continue to generate card advantage. 42 to 38. You'd like to see some actual creatures. Rough. There's another island. Activates the Lurrus. Still floats 2 land for a counter spell. I like it. I like it. Well, we can Thought Thief here. And if he counterspells the Thought Thief, we can Into the Story again. Alternatively, we could activate the Lurrus and play out the Triumph. Allows us the activation. Now, big question. Do we activate the Lurrus here? Don't think so, because we can't activate the Lurrus and float mana. We also can't deal with his Lurrus when it comes down. No matter what we do. What a hand. 3 Into the Stories and 3 lands. We maximize our odds of being able to interact with our opponent, and then we just can't. Let's see if he's got a counter spell. Does not. Down to 30 cards. Bunch more draw, but no removal. Still no removal. How many of my lands is that? Almost all of them? Oh yeah. Heavily unfavored to draw that many lands. Well, activate the Lurrus seems like a good call. Potentially cycle the Triome. Should be digging for an answer to, there we go. His Lurrus. Unfortunate. Unfortunate order on that. I think we're just so far behind that we're dead here. Two, four, discard three. 1, 2, 3. Seems like a good mix of stuff. And we're just dead. Yeah, there's far too much to interact with there. Although a Low Mage's Domination off the top might do it. That is not a Low Mage's Domination. Part of me just wants to see if he has a counterspell for the Lurrus. Does he? I guess we can duke it out for it. He had double counterspell for it, and I could have played around that if I'd played out the swamp beforehand. Did I have fun in the match? That was actually intellectually stimulating. My draws were out of order, but that was a fun match. Like, that many lands off the end of the story really sucks. Smoking 90. Another rogue stack. Fuck. Now we can remove the Windrobber. And have Thought Thief come down next turn. The Punish. Punish is so real. I wonder if I just mind game myself there accidentally. I don't know how aggro that line was, or if it was correct. No way to deal with the crab kind of sucks. Cast of one mind for 3. Interesting. Okay, now we got the drown for the crab. Play out our own crab. Play out an island. Wonder if it's correct to drown his crab here. Or if we want to save our drown to protect our own Thought Thief. Thought Thief is such a key piece. I kind of want to protect it. At the same time, we got Lurrus in here to protect as well. Jesus Christ. Double Thought Thief. And I am rocking a handful of lands. And a Lurrus. Not happy about it. I'm not bluffing anything. My opponent can know exactly what I'm planning. I do not care. Taps out on his turn, so I don't even need to worry about and my lands. Oh my Lanta. I wonder if it's correct to play a Ruined Crab here. Nah, I should probably just be pulling my Thought Thief. Now, I'm sure he's got removal for the Lurrus. How many Undercrypts do I have left? 2. Activates his own Lurrus and plays it. Interesting. I need removal for that. Don't I? Yeah, I definitely do. How do I draw cards? When Robber's my only card draw? I've got to like play it out and sack it. Or I could cycle the Triumph. We'll do that first. Ugh. Not what I was hoping to see. Pull the Triumph off the Triumph. I'm gonna have to play out this other Thought Thief. Crap. This isn't a good position to be in. Again, my deck just not cooperating with me in the mirror here. 28 to 21. If he's got a Fabled Passage, we're in some real trouble here. Down in his graveyard? Might not have any. That really sucks. Found a Heartless Act. Could potentially end the story here as well, because I have no interaction. Yeah, I have 0 interaction here. Just better got outdrawn here. 100% got outdrawn here. Yeah, cards just didn't line up again. Feels bad, man. But that is exactly what we need. Let's see, what are we going to pull back here? 1, 2, 3. Yep, we had him. Okay, well, they lined up in the end. We were hoping for it, and we got it. That was going to be rough, though. Just hitting so many lands like that. Ungolina. Period. Lungolina. Period. Chronologue, Fabled Passage, Domination, Awakening. Opponent goes first. Okay. Alright. Well, it's a very slow hand. Sure, we'll take it. I mean, you don't say no to 2 Thought Thieves, I think, at any point. Oh, another Lurrus. Overwhelmed Apprentice. Oh, this is a different deck. This isn't your typical... Wow. That's a hell of a 1-drop. What were we thinking here? Without the Fabled Passage. I mean, he knows what we are. Realistically, he knows what we are. Okay. So he's probably rogues, just with an Overwhelmed Apprentice. And we have 3 Thought Thieves and a Drown in the lock. Sick. Non-creature, non-land. I can't drown that. I can't counterspell it. Well, he's just gonna discard a drown here. That sucks. Now he knows our hand too. Brutal. And he can play perfectly around 3 Thought Thieves. Yeah. 3 color. Interesting. What's that 3rd color in there for? What is this greedy shit? Ion. Doesn't come in untapped. And it's our only land, so we have to get it down. And we want to play the Thought Thief over the Ruin Crab, correct? Yeah, it has to be either or. So I'd rather have the Thought Thief over the Ruin Crab. With the opponent knowing our hand, I would rather swing into this. Mill him for 4 more. Takes him to 8. Magic number. Get him for 3. If we pull another blue source, we can dominate that Thieves Guild Enforcer. Our removal. Expected. Turns on his Enforcer. Take 4 here. Activates his Lurrus. Very aggressive. We didn't pull another mana source. So we're going to have to hold that Heartless Act for his Lurrus. Got 2 unknown cards in our hand. Play a Ruin Crab. Yeah. Without the extra land, it's kind of awkward to play out the Lurrus, so I think we just play out a Ruin Crab. Say go. Okay. Taps out for an end of the story. Still play another land this turn. Play Wind Robber as well. Gonna go ahead and draw 2 here. Again, no land. That is a rough life. Play out the Enforcer. And still float the Heartless Act. No reason to do that just yet. Man, this deck is being very uncooperative today. Draws his card. I would love to remove that Enforcer. I would actually, I would love to steal it, but I can't draw another blue to save my life. Now I get the feeling he's holding a counter spell specifically for it. Really wish I could play literally anything here. Cunning Nightblade, Wind Robber, Thought Thief. Of course I'm going to remove that and then draw my blue source next turn. Takes 3. Interesting. If he was going to do that, one would think he would have done it Christ. The absolute worst case scenario. He's got a counter spell here, I'm sure. Which means I have to draw a blue source next turn in order to... I have to draw the blue source. I can't just, I can't play out the Wind Robber and cycle for it. I have to draw it. Oh, thank God. Woo! Auto tapper. Auto tapper. Why would you do that? Oh, it had to be the blue sources. Right. Okay, well. Okay, there we go. And you hate to see it, but... Oof. We're getting kind of low. He's lower, though. I think we're good here. Play the other domination? Or should we be, I think we should be playing out the other Thought Thief here, right? Or just playing out the Enforcer and the Wind Robber? There's a real argument for that, too. But no, I think... Actually, I think what tortures him the most... Oh. Probably making this play. Sure. Let me play out the temple. He can't possibly cling everything, but he needs to cling here. We really got him on the ropes, don't we? He was looking at clinging, but clinging doesn't do anything except stop him from dying this turn. Even if he clings all my Thought Thieves, like I still get him. Blue source, nope. Not good enough. Choose attackers. A 4-2, the 3-2, 2-3. Yep. Everything but the crab. Just ends it. Alright. Good game. Jiggle the old magic cards a little bit. 4 wins. Sweet. Will it be another mirror match? I do not know. Blah. Blah. Yeah, I'm okay with this, I think. This is a keep. Keep going second, though. That's mildly annoying. Opponent gets priority to shoot that down. Shocked. Plays out a Rimrock Knight. Instead, do I want a Ruin Crab here and then Blood Chief's Thirst that? That might not be the worst play in the world. We're fighting mono red. Blood Chief's Thirst can remove things better than that, though. We can just trade that for the Wind Robber 1-for-1. I think what we're looking to do here is probably... Yeah, we don't actually want to play out the Ruin Crab. We want to trade with the Wind Robber. Thought Thief, I guess, can come down. That's a potential blocker here. Yeah, okay. Fairly certain we're fighting mono red. I am more than okay making just that trade. If he shocks to protect it, oh well. Nope. Well, he says we're willing to make that trade. Alright, well, if you insist, opponent. Need a blue source. That is not a blue source. Dragonfire. To stop me from milling him. This might be big red. This might not be mono red. No thank you on that, sir. We're still in kind of a funny spot here. I need the Blood Chief's Thirst for Ugin. I need the Heartless Act to be able to respond there. I think I can actually just play down the crab. Fireblade Charger. No, this is mono red. Just with Relic Robber. Get out of here with that crap. Mind gaming me. Like you're rocking an Ugin. I almost soiled myself, I was so scared. I really want to take that. But if I can't take it, I will thirst it. That is not a blue source. Go digging for a blue source and take another... Nah, it's too dangerous to let that live. Yeah, it's just too dangerous to let that live. We got the end of the story. We should be okay here. Although you never know. You never know. What are we looking at? And get down the Lurrus here. Or we can end the story for that fourth blue source. Nah. This is definitely a deck that you want to go wide against. But we're going to go wide. Can't counterspell it. He might be able to shock it, but not until we play the Wind Robber, in which case he can shock in response. And that's fine with us. Because that is still a 1-for-1. Okay. There we go. There's that other blue source that we were looking for. He shouldn't have any flash creatures. And we can just replay it, draw a card. And we have some interaction. Yep, this game should be ours. Plays anything worth Heartless Acting. Yep, good game. That's what happens when you draw into the story. I didn't even need to end the story there, but that's how that can play out. Played Mentor. Cool. And we got 200 gems for some reason? Question mark. Take all that. Up on 5. We got a rare out of this draft. Hell yeah. Ubathium. Okay, it's got potential. Blue-red. Scry 1. Ashiok and land. Interesting. And we can Wind Robber here, or we can hold up. I think that's fine. We can just hold up. Yeah. We'll have to drown the lock if he tries to remove it. 3 color. Blue, red, black. I'm not sure what I'm fighting. Probably more removal. This seems like a removal heavy thing. Choose a non-land card, so he's probably going to remove the Essence Scatter if I had to guess. He knows the hand. Oh, it's a Karoxa deck. Shoot. Shoot! He needs another red source to be able to do that, though. Well, he's got it. Shit. Just draw anything. It doesn't matter what. I kind of want that. I kind of want a blue source, too. If I can pull a blue source, this should be good enough. That's not quite good enough. Although Into the Story is really good. You might just toss the Lurrus here. Oh, the Lurrus is quite good as well, because it allows us to draw again off the Wind Robbers. Escapes it. What do I want to lose here? I think Lurrus is the least greedy thing to toss. Oh, we're not going to be able to dominate. Four. We almost are guaranteed to lose the Lurrus here. Since that's just a bunch of removal. But instead opts to go for the Solemn Simulacrum. Interesting. And I will just take... Will I just take 6? Take 6, discard. Sure. It's gonna have to be that. The Wind Robber actually recurs. That's actually fine. Mill him for 2 more. Yes. Now we have the Blood Chief's Thirst if we need to. On the Simulacrum, which we don't just yet. We don't want to give him the opportunity to replay the Karoxa here. We might use that on the Simulacrum. Or we just hold it. Continue to hold it. Toss one of the End of the Stories. Maybe we should have drawn with the End of the Story before we did any of this. Probably should have, actually. End of the Story really helps against Karoxa. I'm getting really sick of that card. Sure, he's going to toss one Into the Story, then attack. But we have to toss the Blood Chief's Thirst here. But that's fine. Another Agonizing Remorse would just be agonizing. Agony. Come opponent has declared attacker. I'm sure he's going to remove the Lurrus here. But until he can deal with the Lurrus, I'm just going to keep drawing cards off the Windrobber. It is a really good answer to Karaksa. Hey, there's a Thought Thief. Nice. Gonna go ahead and play that. Counter target spell. Interesting. That means he's tapped out, and I can effectively end the story here. And draw all lands. Well, that kind of sucks, but honestly I need the lands, so... He may eventually hit another one of those Karaksas. And then he's going to just start recurring them, which could be problematic. Drawing a counterspell there would have been nice. Keeps making me discard. Oh, I should have discarded the Windrobber there. That was a mistake. Okay. Now we have some options. I think we play out the Thought Thief. I think first thing, we're going to go ahead and draw. More lands. Well, if we're going to be drawing that many lands, maybe it's smart just to have a Ruin Crab in play. Sure, why not? Be really nice to have some counter spells in play, but it looks like that's not in the cards for me. So let's go ahead and make that play. And then playing a Windrobber out of hand here lets me get a Thought Thief in play. Yeah. Interesting. Neuralizes the Lurrus. Why would he scry in response to that? He does realize that... Oh, okay. He was trying to probably insulate against the Ugin. Oh, so he does run Ugin. I've seen one. Wonder how many runs. Yeah, this could potentially be very problematic for me. So he's digging for Ugin, which means I'm gonna need a counter spell in my hand. That's probably gonna be odd. Hey, 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 hey! Why did I not get a chance to respond to that? I mean, not that it would have done anything. We really needed to not just into the story into 4 lands every time. This deck has been very uncooperative with me today. Keep flooding out, man. Makes me want to cut some of these lands. Bardock I, or Bardock J? Bardock, I think, gets the point across. Well, a bunch of tap lands. But they let us scry. Mountain. Fervent Champion. Going second. I want a 1-for-1. Can't 1-for-1 that with anything other than like a Blood Chief's Thirst, so I think that's got to be the play. From Rock Knight. Okay, thank God. You'll love to see that. Play out a blue. We can trade that with a Thieves Guild Enforcer. And force him to play around us having more than potentially just Thieves Guild Enforcer. 2 Castle Empress. Phoenix of Ash. Caves for 4, so he'll be able to do that next turn. Swings for 5. We definitely are going to need another blue source, an untapped blue source. Wind Robber isn't going to do it for me. Maybe. Actually, we've got a Temple of Deceit. Untapped blue source would be nice, but we can buy ourselves a turn with Wind Robber. Nah, we just need untapped blue source here. Need him to make a play before he attacks with the Phoenix of Ash. It's second Phoenix of Ash. Okay. Well, that's a problem for us. I'm happy that he drew them, but I'm sad to see them this high in the deck. Well, we can get the Triome down. But I don't think we care about the Triome. We need... That's our third untapped blue source. Enforcer should be able to 1-for-1. If it's a creature, I'm fine keeping it top. Next turn, we will be able to dominate. This turn we can do nothing other than turn on the Lurrus. We're going to take 5 next turn, and then we can steal one of them and have a blocker. That's a half the amount of damage. Okay. Well. I can't cast it because he doesn't have enough cards in his graveyard. Poopy. So he's on 5. I need 8. So I can't quite get him there. So I'm just out. I'm dead next turn. To a pump on that. Unless what? There is no unless. Yeah, there is no unless. I'm just dead next turn to a pump on that. Damn. Well, 5-3. Web Weaver and some other stuff. Hey, I'm not feeling too bad about it. We got where we were hoping to go. And now we're going to build some packs. Or now we're going to buy some packs. How many do we have from just playing? 1. Pick up 19 packs. And then we're going to be looking at... Whoop. Yeah. So we're going to be picking up 19 packs, and then we're going to be looking at doing best of 3 queue. Yeah. So, probably... How many do I need? Packs for 4? And we'll just do an even 20. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. There we go. Boom. If we pick up one more, we get another rare. Did we get any more Skyclave Shades? No, we did not. So we're actually not in a spot of being able to queue best of 3 yet. Rough life. Rough life. Hi, girlfriend. Yeah, we'll pick up one more. Maybe it'll get us there. Kind of doubt it, though. This will be our last rare, so it has to be exactly Skyclave Shade. Oh, or a rare wild card. Perfect. We got there. So yeah, we're gonna craft another 2 Temple of Deceits. Cut 1 island, cut 1 swamp, and we're gonna craft another 2 Skyclave Shades. And then we cut, what was it, the eliminates from the sideboard. And that is a full rogue build. There we go. We are ready to queue best of 3. But not today. Today we have to go pee, and we're done streaming. And we have to pee really bad, so adios.